relocate my coffee machine from, hopefully I can show you from that side, okay? Because I think like yesterday, the lighting was pretty bad as well, but it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, man, it's still dark outside as well. So I mean, this is what happens when, I change like location. It's kind of hard to adjust the lighting setup. But anyway, I'm gonna shout out to a couple people this morning. I'm gonna shout out to Daniel. Daniel sent me some pictures yesterday. He was on vacation and he took his Barista Express as well. So good for you, Daniel. And also, Daniel found a filter basket. The filter basket from AliExpress fits into Barista Express. He told me that he have no issues with the channeling. So my plan is I'm going to order that one from AliExpress and try it out. And if I like it, I'm going to share the information with you as well. And let's see, one more shout out. We got Dane. Dane just bought a niche zero grinder. So I can't wait to see his grinder down the road. And then, so this morning I'm going to try one of my viewers sent me a espresso recipe, Travis. I'm going to shout out to Travis. So his recipe is 18 gram in, let's say, and about 32 to 36 gram out. And then what he did was is really long, kind of like extraction time, about 27 seconds. So what he did, his recipe calls for, so when he first drop of espresso, he's gonna start timing about 27 seconds. So which means in reality, pre-infusion. So I'm playing on time when I see the first drop. So let's try it out. I'm planning on trying, this morning I'm gonna try out his recipe and it's going to, I hope it's gonna turns out okay with this coffee, okay? So this is coffee from Mothership from Vegas. And then, so this is their espresso blend. So this is somewhat fresh as well. They're roasted on December 3rd. So we're gonna give it a shot, try this recipe. So let's get going here. So I'm sitting on my kitchen counter. So let's see, hopefully I'm gonna get us a close up here. So you guys see some, there we go. Okay, that's it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is in the meantime, I'm just gonna warm up my shot glass first. I've been warming about 30 minutes every morning. By the way, lately, a lot of you asking me about grinder size. The thing about the grinder size, your grinder setting is not the same as my grinder setting, but at least I can give you some guidelines. Not guideline, but kind of like starting point, okay? So my starting point right now, my inner burr is about number 5 at inner burr, and it comes with a number 6 for stock. So it's up to you to change, and I changed to number 5. And then from outside here, the dial, I'm setting at number 6, okay? So I got 6 and 5, okay? And then, so this recipe calls for 18 grams, so I want to be precise. So I got my dosing cup from Crema. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna use my Amazon scale for that. I'm gonna be dosing out 18 grams. Okay. Okay, hopefully. I'm glad Crema come up with a dosing cup for 53 millimeter dosing cup. So even though it's 53.3 millimeter, but fits on 54 millimeter portafilter for Breville. Man, making coffee sitting down position is a little tricky. Okay, there I go. I got 17.7, almost there. Okay, I got 18, okay. I got 18.2 grams, so I'm going to, Okay, I'm gonna just do one more time. Okay, but what I've been doing is I've just tapped the top, like so, put all the beans out, okay? So I have an 18.2 gram out. I'm not gonna use 18.2, I'm just going to use 18 gram. I know this is tedious, but I'm trying to exact as possible for Travis' recipe here. Okay. All right. Come on. I need to get a smaller spoon. Okay, almost there. Okay, so now I have 18 gram. So, by the way, are you guys done with all your Christmas shopping? I know some of you celebrate Christmas, but I know some other people celebrate other holidays as well. So make sure to get your shopping done. So again, I mean, if you haven't seen this portafilter, this is, I like it a lot, okay? Okay. I got my beans in and distribute. And I'm gonna give you a temp. The temping pressure, you know what, as long as they're the same every time, doesn't really matter how many pounds of pressure. So I know they recommend like 30 pounds pressure, but just give it the same pressure every time. Okay. That, okay. I'm just gonna flush one more. So I'm looking for 27 seconds when first drop hits, and then around 32 to 36 gram there, okay? It's gonna be a little tricky because something like this, you have to go manual mode. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the manual mode. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Got my skewer set up. You know what? Let me show you guys the better view. Because I'm already at around 1 o'clock pressure there. I'm looking for around 34 gram. So I'm at 19, 21 seconds. The shot looks really good though, okay? So let's try this shot. Let's do some tasting. Because he's, oops, hold on a second. I know, I mean, that's, hold on a second. I know that it is a long shot because 20 seconds, so we are looking at 20 seconds, my time, and there you gotta figure infusion around like between 7 and 10 seconds, so it's about 30-second extraction, so. But Travis wants to see about 27-second extraction when first drop hits. Okay, here we go, cheers. Okay, it's really good, but you know what? I'm gonna try one more time. I'm gonna follow his recipe one more. So only way to slow down the shot is dosing amounts and grinder size. So right now I'm at number 6. I'm gonna go down to number 5, okay? I'm gonna go down to number 5, and then I'm gonna pull the shot one more time. And then hopefully we're gonna get close to that number, 27-second number. All right, let's do one more. Okay. So by the way, is there anybody taking a next week off, or everybody working through Christmas? All right, I'm just gonna clean up my portafilter. But again, I mean, the dialing beans is not, unless if you guys like this process, okay, the dialing process. I mean, if it does really enjoyable to you, I mean, go with just use a single wall baskets. But if this process is like hassle, change out your filter basket to double wall baskets. So that's a pressurized basket. So you don't have to go through this, this process. Make your life a lot easier.
What's the recipe you're making?
So this is the recipe calls for 18 gram in, around between 32 and 34 gram out. Okay, and the Travis, this is Travis' recipe, but he didn't mention what kind of beans he was using. So I was really curious about what kind of beans he was planning on using. No, wrong beans. So I'm using mothership beans. So I'm going to be measuring on 18 gram. Okay, we got 18.8, 3. So I mean, if you haven't got scale yet, just get a cheap scale from even Amazon. It's really help you dialing in your coffee. Okay, let's do that one more time. Okay. Okay, just make sure tap it, get all the beans out. So I got 18.10 again. So far I've been getting like pretty much zero retention there. Even though it look like zero retention, it's not. We are pushing the old beans to new, so there appears to be, the zero retention, but again, I mean, since we are using the fresh beans, so it should be good. Okay, let's do one more.
Are those beans local to Flagstaff? Or are those
So these beans are from Las Vegas. So my plan is I'm planning on visiting a couple local roasters in Flagstaff, and then we're gonna try it out maybe tomorrow morning. Okay. So this is, I just adjusted the grinder size from 6 to 5. So hopefully we can slow down the shot, get a better extraction. Let's use that black cup this time. Okay, so make sure to warm up your cup before you pull the shot. Okay, so I'm planning on doing, again, same thing. I'm gonna start measure time, 27 seconds. Okay. Okay, so again, the pressure is up there as well. So now this is 35 gram at 18 seconds. Isn't it funny? Okay, because I even changed my grinder setting to lower. Some reason my shot is even faster than last time. 18 seconds. One before that I had about 21 seconds. So that's one downside of the using Barista Express, the inconsistency of shots. But we're gonna try this one anyway. Okay. Let's see here. So last one was a slightly, I don't want to say bitter, but here we go, let's try this. Yeah, this is somewhat, it's good, but I want to be a little bit more extracted. So we try, it's okay. So we try with the 6, now we try the 5. So second shot was the worst. Not the worst, but it wasn't good as the first shot. So which means we have to go down to even another one. So which means I have to go down to number 4. So here's a process of making your own recipe, because let's say if someone told you about the grinder setting, and most likely it's not the same machine, it's not the same process as your process. So, and we're gonna give it one more try. Okay, so it's gonna be my 3rd shot. So I'm gonna, because I need to slow down the shot by like 7 seconds. So right now I'm at number, so we're gonna go down to number, hold on, you know what guys? I messed up, okay? It wasn't 5. It was more like number 7, okay? I read it wrong. So this time I'm gonna go down to number 5, all right? Okay, so I'm gonna go down to number 5. Man, my eyesight is not the same as used to. Okay, so we're gonna do properly this time. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, let's do one more shot. Okay. So now we're gonna go down to number 5. Okay, again, so the great thing about using fresh beans, everything is so nice and dry. So there's no leftovers. Okay. So we're gonna do properly. Yes, I'm at number 5 this time. Goodness. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me this morning. By the way, you got 45 of you out there watching me. I'm making coffee. I hope this is somewhat enjoyable. I don't want to waste you guys' time. So, all right. So let's do one more. Okay. All right. So make sure, you know what? Make sure you guys dialing new beans. Get a big bag, okay? When you guys start out, starting a new machine. If you are new to the Barista Express, you are going to waste a lot of beans in the beginning. Okay, I'm just gonna dosing out 18 gram. Okay. Okay, dosing out 18 gram. Let's do. Hopefully this is the last time you're gonna dialing in here. Okay. Let's get all the beans out. I got 18 gram in. I got 18 gram. Hold on. Just make sure I got all the beans out. Yep. Okay. Okay. The built-in grinder quality is not too bad, okay? It's not too bad. I mean, for most of us, this is good enough. Okay, so I'm just gonna give it a good temp. So we are shooting for 27 seconds. Okay, 27 seconds when the first drop hits. So hopefully we're gonna get it right this time there. Okay, folks. Okay, here we go. Okay, as you can see, the pressure is way up there as well, okay? The shot looks pretty good so far. Hopefully get you the better view. I'm looking for around 27 seconds. Okay, I got 20, 25, 24, okay. I think that this is a much better shot than the last two. Beautiful crema, very thick. Yep. I mean, as you can see there, yeah, very, very dark. I think it definitely looks better this time, okay? So let's try this shot. Yeah. Let's try this shot out. Okay, hold on a second. Hopefully hopefully this is good enough, okay? But if you're gonna go down to even number 4, it's gonna be a little bit too much. So here you go. I'm gonna shout out to you, Travis. Wow, it's bringing out a lot of sweetness, the brightness in the espresso for sure. It's much better shot. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, I mean, whenever you guys are new to the Barista Express, this espresso zone here, that's just a guideline. I know if you're at the 12 o'clock, the shot might be too fast, okay? So even though if you're in the gray zone, don't go by that shot. I mean, don't go by the shot. Just make sure go by. That's another reason I want you to get some kind of scale. And then if you don't have, just get the scale. And then if you don't have a timer built in, just get even your phone watch, your smartphone to measure your time and extraction. And you can actually pull the pretty decent shot out of Barista Express. So, again, there's no perfect recipes out there because I put 3 different shots. There's all different taste. I know I messed up the first 2 shots, but just have fun with it. And I hope this video helps. We got some questions yet? Okay. I'm gonna take some questions now.
A viewer suggested going to a finer setting, you should run the grinder to aid in stuck beans. The burrs could be spaced apart.
Okay, so someone asked me about if you're going down. Okay, so since I'm using the single dosing. So yes, if you're going down, you make sure you run your grinder. Okay, like this. Okay, let me show you. And then go to lower grinder setting if you're using the hopper. And I mean, if you don't use a hopper single dosing, you may not have to, but yeah, that is a fantastic practice, okay? So yeah, that's what you should do.
Can a Breville 50 HZ machine be used in a 60 HZ country?
HG?
HZ, I think it's Hertz.
Okay, so
it's a viewer.
We have a viewer from the Brev. Okay, all HG. I'm not sure what.
It's like the.
I'm not sure what one of my question is, but okay. So there's different machines out there. So Breville for different voltage. You go 120 volt versus we have like 210, isn't it? And then just make sure you have to make sure whatever you order the machine, get the right voltage. So I wonder that's what he's trying to ask.
Yeah. Another question, why when restarting, I have to choose the program button if I want 36 grams?
Okay, so one of my viewers asking about getting the right amount of 36 gram out or whatever. The problem with program mode here, I used to use a program mode a lot, but I stopped using it. I went to the manual mode instead because those program mode is based on your value metric, okay? You are trying to set certain value and then stop automatically. The problem with that is whenever you change your beans, if you have a different water temperature, a grinder setting, those values are gonna all messed up. So, I mean, yes, that's good tools to have, but if you want to be really precise, go with the manual mode. Okay, go with the manual mode is way to go. And they're so easy to, manual mode is really easy. So if you don't know how to do it, check out my other videos on my channel. I show you step by step as well. Okay.
A viewer says, a friend of mine is having trouble with consistency on his BBE. Same grind size, dosing amount, and tamp pressure. Have you seen this before?
Okay. So viewer asked me, I have issues with consistency in every shot. Guess what? If I'm going to put the same shot right now, current same setting, and then my shot's going to be different. Okay. And sometimes it's the same. So this is again about $600 coffee machine versus if you go with the like $2,000 machines. The shot quality, if you dialed in shots, it's really hard to tell the difference between two machines once you dialed in just right. But we are talking about consistency. The $2,000 machine, you put 10 shots, you're gonna get maybe 9 to 10 good shots every time. With Barista Express, if you put 10 shots, you're gonna get about 6 to 7 good shots, and the other shots are somewhat questionable. So its consistency is questionable on Barista Express, but I mean, since most of us making like Americano or latte anyway, I mean, most of us, like me, and I mean, you cannot tell the difference there. So it's again how much money you want to spend on it. So yes, I think it's kind of, I'll give you a long answer there, but this motion has some consistency issue.
A viewer asks, I only have 15 seconds. I put 18 grams, so what should I do to get 20 to 30 seconds?
One of my viewers asked me if 18 gram in and I only get what? How many grams out?
I put 18 grams.
18 gram in.
What shall I get to get 20 to 30 seconds? He's not talking about grams out, he's talking about time.
Okay, so about time, okay, something like that is you gotta use the manual mode. So manual mode is simple, it's just to hold down one of these buttons, single or double buttons, and hold down. You know what, let me show you, okay? I think showing is a lot easier. So I got some beans in. So what I'm gonna do is, hold on a second. Let's see, I need to use some cup. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm gonna use this cup right here, okay? Watch this. You can use a single or double cup button, doesn't make any difference. So hold down the button. So right now we are doing the pre-infusion process. And then just let it go. So pretty much this machine is keep going until you're gonna press the button and stop. So that is the manual mode. With the program mode, once you press it, it stops whenever you tell them to stop. You know, when you program the shot. So that is the main difference there. So with the manual mode, you have a lot more control of your shots. And I mean, if you want to be more precise on your espresso shots, manual mode is the way to go. Okay.
Andy asks, have you tried just setting your distributor lower and use it instead of tamping?
So Andy asked me about not using the temper. Yes, I have, okay? So sometimes I change my depth of my distribution tool. I mean, I just do temp and just pull those shots. Okay, so downside of that, if you have changed your grinder size, it's gonna be all different. So if you're using the same beans over and over again, setting the depth at the desired depth, and then you don't have the temp anymore. So that is also, you know, save you some time, save you what, 5-6 seconds.
Michael asks, the pre-grind packets from yesterday, can you pour it in the grinder to get espresso fine blend? Avoid the dual wall basket. James Hoffman did a video kind of like it.
Okay, so by the way, James Hoffman did a video on the pre-grind beans. And you know what, I haven't done that yet. You know what, why not? Let's try, okay? So since I have some beans, hold on a second. Because I know James Hoffman did a better grinder than built-in grinder. So I know it's not, we are comparing apple to orange, but so this is a pre-grind beans from Starbucks. So what, is Andy's asking or?
Michael.
So Michael is asking me, can I pre-grind this? And then I saw James Hoffman videos as well. So you know what? Let's give it a shot. The problem is, so this is only have a 10 gram in it. So I'm going to change my filter basket to a single shot. Okay, single baskets, and then so I'm going to be trying out the, let's see, non-pressurized baskets. Okay. So as you can see, backup tray of two single shot baskets. One is pressurized, one is non-pressurized. So I'm going to use non-pressurized baskets. And I'm going to pre-ground. I'm going to grind the pre-ground beans. Okay. So from here, I got 10 gram inside. Okay, hold on. Let's gonna dump everything in. Okay, make sure don't try this one at home, okay? This is not a this is not good practice, but I mean, if you have a separate grinder, maybe like if you have like niche zero, definitely, you know, definitely you might want to play with it. But if you want to play with the built-in grinder, it's not a good, but we're gonna try anyway. Okay. So here we go, guys. Okay. So we pre-ground, excuse me, we grind the pre-ground beans. So let's take a look. So I put 10 gram in it, and then let's find out how many grams I took it out. So what I'm gonna do is, hold on. It's gonna be a little delicate process because I want this to be 10 gram. Just make sure I don't mix with anything else. So, hold on a second here.
Mike had a suggestion. He said, use a blade grinder to grind pre.
Sure. Someone asked me about blade grinder. So, okay. Okay. So I got 8 gram out, okay? So which means I got 2 gram in there somewhere, but I'm not gonna bother to do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the shots using single baskets, non-pressurized, and then see what kind of shot we're gonna get. Okay. I think it's gonna be a mess. Okay. Anyway, I mean, if you have Barista Express, if you want to decide to grind your pre-grind beans, I won't recommend it, but for you guys, we're gonna try. So, hold on, I need some cups. Okay, I'm not gonna even bother to, you know what, let's time it. So I'm looking for, so I got 8 gram in. Let's do 1-to-2 ratio. So 36 gram out. I'm sorry, 16 gram. Okay. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, that's fine. I got about 19 gram out, around 12 seconds. So you guys saw the pressure. Pressure was pretty decent, but okay. I'm not excited to try this, but here we go. Have you guys ever had a like medicine, like bad medicine when you were kids, extremely bitter and sour? This is what it tastes like, okay? So, by the way, so this one is not designed to drink espresso. So it's more like Americano style. So here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some hot water in it. Okay. I'm just going to clean up my cup. Let's do one more. So anyway, so that's not don't try this one at home, okay? It's not a good practice. So what I need to do is I have to clean up my grinder later, but yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put my single shot, Starbucks, and then try this one. Okay, so that's a little better. So that's how you do pre-grind beans, but don't try it at home. All right, so we got some questions.
We have one more. How on the BBE, how would you change the pre-infusion, and would it make it a noticeable difference?
Okay, so someone asked me about the pre-infusion time. You cannot change pre-infusion time comes to factory mode, but you could change by your manual mode, okay? If you want to, you can change your pre-infusion time to like low as like 2 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds instead of like 7 to 10 seconds. So you could try that by manual mode. Okay. So I mean, if you're using like older beans or pre-grind beans, actually all the beans are stuck in there. So that's pretty normal. Okay, I'm just gonna clean filter basket here. So again, by default, Barista Express, the pre-infusion time is like between 7 and 10 seconds. And the only way to override that is the manual mode. All right, so are we good? Okay. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday morning. And then, by the way, Dane, if you are listening, if you want to show us your niche.
He said in the next week or so.
Okay, so niche and your Barista Pro, maybe, I don't know, you mentioned what, next week or so? Actually, let's do that right after our YouTube live. So I'd love to share that with my viewers out there because I think you have a really nice setup. Okay, and then we got some Korean friends. We got 안녕하세요. Yep, we got some friends as well from Korea. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday morning. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. So, I mean, if you haven't followed my Instagram page, I do a lot of behind the scene. You're gonna see some. I did some couple chicken recipe yesterday and ramen noodles. So, kind of show you, kind of like, other than coffee stuff. So it's a lot of fun. I have a lots of fun posts. So, see you guys next time.